With a large number of shooters that are constantly released each year, it's tough to determine which one to pick up and hone your skills on. Of course, there's the Call of Duty and Halo franchises that so many follow, but you don't often hear as much about Medal of Honor. I spent the last week playing through Danger Close's latest franchise entry, Warfighter, and I've got to say, I had a blast. 2 years ago, I thought that the previous Medal of Honor had a great campaign, but I didn't really care for the multiplayer. Things have changed.
Why did you hang up on me?
I'm driving. There was a tunnel.
You're driving and talking. Is she in the car?
I'm not driving.
Who's driving?
My dad. Next question.
I'm sorry.
Sorry. Always sorry.
I don't want to fight.
You live for it.
Medal of Honor Warfighter, like its predecessor, follows the story of Mother, Preacher, and Voodoo, along with new member Stump. The game opens with the team on a secret mission to disrupt a black market arms deal when they discover that the crates on the dockyard are filled with an extremely powerful explosive called PETN.
What the fuck?! Get down!
The remainder of the game is spent identifying who's behind the shipments of the PETN and preventing as many terrorist activities as they can. On top of all of that, each of the game's 13 missions were inspired by actual events. The way the story is told actually reminds me of the Mel Gibson movie We Were Soldiers. While the focus is clearly on the soldiers stopping the bad guys, you also get a glimpse into the struggles of the soldiers' families back home and what they must deal with having a loved one in active and constant combat. I'm a big story guy, and I love that a good story was told alongside the intense action. Like the previous game, I really appreciated the heartfelt and emotional message that preceded the credits as a tribute to our soldiers. I played the game on the PC, and it took me roughly 6 hours to complete the campaign on the normal difficulty setting. I was pretty rusty when I first started, and after several hours of multiplayer on top of the campaign, I've still got a long way to go. In the end, I found the length of the campaign to be about right for telling the story. Warfighter must be played through the Origin interface, which I'm pretty biased against, but I didn't let that interfere with my judgment of the game. Integration with the Battlelog interface has returned as well, so you can monitor all of your stats and launch games from your browser as well as through the game client. I had some difficulties at times getting the game to work though, as the screen would just be black upon load until I alt-tabbed out a few times. Sometimes between missions, the game tried to change to windowed mode as well, which caused some additional problems. These issues may have been unique to me, but they did affect my experience. The graphics and sound of the game are off the chain. I was able to max the graphics and maintain between 40 and 60 frames per second, both through the campaign and during online matches, and I've got to say, everything looks beautiful. This is to be expected though, as the game runs on DICE's Frostbite 2 engine. I played with a Razer Tiamat 7.1 headset, and I could certainly tell that a lot of attention was put into the sound effects and music. They really make the experience exciting. On top of that, the cutscenes in the game are so lifelike, it's tough to tell at times you're not watching a movie. Warfighter's campaign has intense action right from the start, but as a whole, doesn't really bring anything new to the genre. Familiar mechanics like crouching, going prone, leaning around cover, breaches, dual scopes and sights, and destructible environments are all present. To keep things fresh, the levels mix in a nice variety of things to do like stealth missions, high-speed pursuits, helicopter and boat turret sequences, and long-distance sniping. What most people are interested in, though, is whether or not they're going to get their money's worth and great entertainment value out of the multiplayer. I played the multiplayer all day yesterday, and to be honest, I wish I didn't have to move on to the next game to review because I could spend weeks playing this, and I'm terrible. By the end of the night, I was sometimes getting a positive kill-death spread, but I didn't care, it was really fun. The maps are designed well with a great mix of close quarters and semi-range combat, which to me prevented my biggest complaint with the previous game, camping snipers. I did have a problem a few times though where I could spawn outside of the combat area or fall completely through the world. 6 character classes are unlockable as you progress through the multiplayer, including the Sniper, Assault, Demolitions, Heavy Gunner, Point Man, and Spec Ops. You unlock characters from different nations by earning points as you play. Each character has a default weapon that they're equipped with, and once you unlock a character with their weapon, you can use that weapon on any of the other characters in that class. I think. Characters themselves aren't really customizable, as each nation has a unique look for the role, and that's about it. Weapons, on the other hand, may be modified with different scopes, clips, muzzles, and paint jobs. One thing I didn't care for though was that I couldn't find a way to modify my characters between matches. The only way I could change out guns or classes was during a match or completely outside of the game. There's a 45-second wait time between matches. Why couldn't I modify my characters then? Maybe you can and I'm just retarded. The multiplayer is based around two-man fire teams. While there is a wide variety of multiplayer game types, in-game you're assigned a partner to which you have special abilities with. You can resupply and heal each other, which is pretty huge in and of itself, but you also gain points by being near your partner and supporting them while they get kills. As you play, you'll earn support points as well that may be spent on support actions. Once unlocked, you'll gain access to an offensive and defensive support action broken down into 4 tiers per character class. These could be easily compared to killstreak rewards in Call of Duty. I'm a gamer who enjoys playing games of all genres. While shooters certainly aren't my favorite, I do have a few weeks a year where I thoroughly enjoy playing them. Because of this, I try not to be biased in favor of one franchise over the other because I just don't care enough. If a game's fun, it's fun, and who's a member of what community really doesn't matter to me. In the end, I found Medal of Honor Warfighter to be a damn fun game. The campaign was action-packed, yet mixed in with an emotional story. Nothing new was brought to the table, and I didn't really care. The multiplayer was addicting and fun, and frankly, I can't wait to get back to it and play some more. So that's just what I'm gonna do. Check out the full write-up and screenshots over at ZeitgeistGameReview.com. Stay up to date by following me on Twitter and Facebook, and make sure to check out all of the other great gaming entertainment on the Game Station. Don't forget to subscribe and press the thumbs up button. Thanks for watching.